Imagine this. Your name is called, you need to speak English, and you know exactly what you want to say. But in that crucial moment, your heart races, your mouth dries, and the words, they just vanish. Silence. If this sounds like a familiar experience, take a breath. You're not broken, you're simply human, and you're standing right at the threshold of real fluency.
Indeed. And it's so important to understand this isn't some kind of personal failing, not at all. It's a completely natural, almost instinctual response. Your brain basically perceives a social threat and it kicks off that fight or flight mechanism.
Right, the classic freeze response.
Exactly. But what's truly fascinating and maybe counterintuitive is that this very energy, this, surge of heightened awareness, it isn't something to be feared. If we learn to consciously reframe it, to channel it, studies actually show it can sharpen focus. It can improve cognitive retrieval. So it turns what feels like a threat into, well, an unexpected cognitive boost for your speaking.
That's a really hopeful way to look at it. So today, we're embarking on a deep dive into an incredible guide, From Fear to Fluency. And it promises to help turn that raw speaking anxiety into genuine, unshakable confidence. This isn't just about the mechanics, the grammar rules, or collecting more vocabulary words. It's about a much deeper, holistic transformation. We'll explore how to reprogram your mindset, how to cultivate confidence through consistent small victories, how to leverage daily practice so it becomes an effortless habit, and maybe most importantly, how to transform every mistake you make into a stepping stone for growth, ultimately leading to that long-term natural fluency we're all aiming for.
And this is where the core insight really lies, I think. Fluency isn't about perfection. It's just not. It's never about getting every single word right or, sounding like a native speaker from day one. That's an impossible standard. Instead, fluency is fundamentally about progress. Every single word you manage to articulate, every hesitant sentence you attempt, every small interaction, it all builds the foundation for the confident English speaker you are actively becoming right now in this moment. It's a journey of continuous evolution, and every single step, no matter how small it feels, has immense value.
Okay, so if you're ready to start this journey with us, maybe grab a notebook. We're going to call it your learner's log. Think of it as your dedicated companion for this transformation. And write this down right now. I'm an English speaker in progress. That's it. That's your powerful, empowering starting point. This deep dive is really designed to equip you with practical steps and some genuinely surprising insights, I think, to transform your whole experience with English. Remember, small, consistent actions are the true catalysts for profound change. Your journey begins now.
Okay, let's unpack this first segment then. Understanding your speaking anxiety, the hidden key to fluency. So that familiar physical reaction, your heart racing, palms sweating, maybe your voice just disappearing the moment you need to speak English in front of someone. It's like this universal signal your brain sends out. And you're saying, understand why that happens is actually the hidden key.
Indeed. It's crucial to internalize this. That anxiety doesn't signify weakness. It doesn't mean you lack linguistic ability. Not at all. Instead, it's simply your brain reacting to what it perceives as unfamiliar territory, something it interprets as potentially high stakes.
Okay.
But here's the shift. What if we told you that this very sensation of fear isn't your adversary? What if it's actually your most potent hidden key to fluency?
That is a powerful reframing. Let's dig into the psychology behind this fear a bit more. Why does speaking a new language feel so profoundly vulnerable? The source material mentions putting your identity on display.
That's a great phrase for it because in your native language, you operate with complete confidence, right? You express your full self effortlessly. But when you switch to English, suddenly you can feel, like a child again. That's how it's often described.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
You're afraid of judgment for your accent, afraid of making mistakes, and this is a really deep one for many people, afraid of sounding less intelligent than you truly are, even when you have complex thoughts you want to express.
And this isn't just a feeling. You're saying it's actually wired into our brains.
It is. It's rooted in your brain's protective wiring. Your limbic system, especially the amygdala, is designed to shield you from perceived threats. Threats like embarrassment, failure, rejection. These social fears are very real to the brain.
So it sees speaking a foreign language as a potential danger.
To your social standing, perhaps, or your self-image, yes. And that triggers those physical reactions. The racing thoughts, the nervous laughter, or just complete paralyzing silence. Yet, here's the critical insight again. That anxious energy, that adrenaline surge, it can be consciously redirected.
Okay, how? How to start redirecting?
Instead of letting it trigger that freeze response, we can channel it. Use it to sharpen our focus, to activate our cognitive resources. We can transform what feels like a barrier into a powerful catalyst for better performance.
So how do we begin that conscious redirecting process? Step one, the source says, is incredibly simple, but maybe not easy. Name your fear.
Exactly. Instead of trying to suppress it or run from it, start by clearly articulating what exactly you're afraid of. Maybe write it down in that learner's log. Things like, I'm afraid people will laugh at my mistakes.
Or, I'm afraid I won't find the right words.
Right. Or even, I'm afraid I'll just freeze completely and look foolish. Be specific.
And just naming it. That does something.
It immediately reduces its power significantly because clarity brings control. Think about it. You can't really fight an invisible, undefined enemy effectively. But you absolutely can strategize against and ultimately overcome a fear that you can clearly see, articulate, and understand. It's the foundational step. You bring it out into the light.
Okay, that makes sense. Moving to step two then. Reframe mistakes. This feels really foundational. The analogy used is learning to ride a bicycle. Did you fall? Of course you did. Everyone falls.
Everyone.
But each fall wasn't a failure, was it? It was proof you were trying, you were adjusting, you were progressing. And speaking English operates on the exact same principle.
Precisely. Every single mistake you make is, in fact, a step forward, not backward. They are not failures. They are tangible progress markers. They're crucial data points for your brain's learning process. Without them, true organic fluency would be neurologically impossible.
Ah, okay.
And here's the powerful reframe to actively adopt. Every time you make a mistake in English, genuinely celebrate it. Literally, physically say, maybe just to yourself, yes, that mistake just brought me one step closer to fluency.
That feels a bit strange, celebrating a mistake.
It might at first. But it's not just wishful thinking. This simple mental shift actually begins to rewire your brain's emotional response to errors. You start viewing them not as threats to your ego, but as invaluable opportunities for learning and growth.
I like that. Okay, step three tackles a really common deep-seated belief. Separate identity from performance. So many learners think, if my English isn't perfect, people will think I'm less smart, less capable. It's a huge burden.
It's an immense burden, and here's the liberating truth that can immediately lift it. Your intelligence, your inherent worth as a person, has absolutely nothing to do with your accent, or your current grammar level, or the size of your vocabulary in English. Zero connection.
Say that again.
You are not defined by your English level. You are a whole, capable, intelligent person who happens to be acquiring a valuable global skill. The moment you truly grasp this distinction, internally, you'll feel your anxiety soften significantly. You'll understand that your intrinsic worth is not and never will be dependent on your fluency in any language. It's about who you are.
That feels freeing,
Yeah.
just hearing it. Okay, step four, the science of exposure. Psychology tells us the best way to beat fear is gradual exposure, right? Facing it in small, manageable steps.
Exactly. Systematic desensitization. So if the thought of speaking English publicly feels terrifying, don't start with a big presentation. That's setting yourself up for failure. Start minuscule. Whisper English sentences to yourself in the mirror? Seriously. Record a short voice note on your phone and just listen back to it. No one else needs to hear it. Say just one English word to a trusted friend or family member.
And these tiny steps actually work.
They send a powerful, consistent signal to your brain. See, nothing catastrophic happened. I survived. I am safe. This repeated positive feedback, especially to the amygdala, helps to gradually desensitize that fear response. It strengthens the neural pathways for speaking under low stress. Slowly, over time, the fear shrinks as your brain learns to associate English with safety, not threat. It's like gently stretching a muscle. You build capacity gradually.
Okay, I see the logic. And finally, step 5, build a new story. Recognizing that right now our brains might be stuck on repeat with an old, limiting script. Thoughts like, I can't speak English, I'll embarrass myself, I'll never sound natural.
These narratives play on a loop, reinforcing the anxiety. But here's the empowering truth. You possess the innate power to actively rewrite this script. You can begin telling yourself a new, more supportive story. Try affirmations like, I am learning, and learning means continuous progress.
Or maybe, my mistakes are my teachers guiding me.
Perfect. Or, I am brave enough to speak English, and I deserve to be heard. Repeat these lines daily, consciously. Maybe write them in your learner's log. Over time, your new, empowering story will gradually overwrite the old, limiting one, fundamentally reshaping how you see yourself as a speaker.
This all leads to a really powerful conclusion for this segment.
Yeah.
Your fear isn't a wall. It's actually a doorway. And on the other side is your fluency, your confidence, your freedom. The first step is seeing that anxiety isn't there to destroy you. It's there to guide you, maybe, to signal that growth is happening.
Exactly. So the next time your hands shake or your voice trembles, try to smile inwardly and say, this is the feeling of me becoming fluent.
Okay, so the actionable takeaway. Pause this deep dive for a moment. Open your learner's log. Write down 3 specific fears you have about speaking English. Be honest. Then, next to each fear, write down one small, manageable step you can take this week to face it.
Keep that list with you. Maybe look at it daily. Each time you act on one of those steps, you gather undeniable proof. Proof that your fear is shrinking and your fluency is actively growing. It's about conscious, brave, incremental action.
Okay, so I've started understanding the fear, naming it, maybe even reframing mistakes. But if understanding fear is step 1, what's the engine that really drives us forward? How do we build that internal foundation for fluency?
You've hit on the core connection. If understanding fear is the first step, then actively reprogramming your mindset is truly the engine of fluency. Think about this. 2 learners walk into the same English class. One thinks, I'll never be fluent, this is just too hard. The other thinks, okay, I'm nervous, but every single lesson is building my future. Both face the same challenges, right? Same teacher, same material.
But the outcome will likely be very different.
Exactly, and the why is critical. Fluency doesn't start with your tongue, it starts fundamentally in your mind. The real foundation isn't just grammar rules or vocabulary lists, it's mindset. Your deepest beliefs about yourself, your abilities, your potential in English, they shape every word you speak. If your mindset is filled with fear, doubt, self-criticism, English will always feel like an uphill battle, always. But if your mindset is filled with courage, patience, self-belief, English transforms into your ally.
So how do we actually begin this reprogramming? Where do we start chipping away at those limiting beliefs?
Step 1 is a big one. Shift from perfection to progress. The pursuit of perfection, it's the enemy of action, the enemy of progress. So many learners stay silent because they don't want to speak until their English is perfect.
Which will be never.
Pretty much. Perfection in language is a moving target. It doesn't really exist. Even highly articulate native speakers make mistakes, hesitate, rephrase. The goal isn't flawlessness. The goal is communication, connection, getting your ideas across. So every single time you choose to speak, even with mistakes, you win. You've taken action. Because fluency is built on action, not just theory. You need to consciously shift your internal focus from I must be perfect to I must be progressing.
How do you track that?
A simple daily self-check. At the end of each day, just ask yourself, did I try to use English today in any small way? If the answer is yes, then you succeeded, full stop.
Changing that definition of success is huge.
Yeah.
But how do we make these new positive patterns stick? Because, like you said, our brains are listening.
Precisely. Which brings us to step 2. Create empowering beliefs. Your brain is remarkably literal. It listens to everything you say about yourself. If you keep repeating, I can't do this, your brain goes, okay, noted, we can't do this. And it effectively limits your potential. But when you consistently affirm, I am learning and I am improving, your brain actually starts searching for evidence to support that new belief. It creates a positive feedback loop.
Like priming yourself for success.
Exactly. Here are a few powerful beliefs you can start integrating right now. Write them down. I am capable of learning English step by step. Every time I practice, I grow more fluent. I deserve to use English confidently in my life.
And the action is key. Write these down. Say them daily, maybe out loud. Feel them. Slowly, they start to replace those negative beliefs holding you back.
Absolutely. Moving to step 3, a really powerful mental training technique. Visualize your future self. Take a moment, maybe even now, close your eyes and vividly imagine your future self speaking English confidently, effortlessly.
What kind of details should we focus on?
Make it real. Picture yourself in a specific situation that matters to you. A job interview, maybe, a coffee shop abroad, a trip. See the smile on your face, feel the calm in your body, notice the respect in people's eyes as they listen to you. This mental picture isn't just daydreaming, it's cognitive training.
Like athletes do before a big game.
Exactly the same principle. Athletes use visualization constantly to prepare for peak performance. You can use it to prepare for conversations. The why is fascinating. The more vividly you imagine and feel that success, the more your brain starts to believe it's actually possible for you. It strengthens the neural pathways that make that reality more accessible.
Okay, I'm sold on visualization.
Ah.
Step 4 challenges us again. Redefine failure. Most of us see failure, or even just a mistake, as proof we're not good enough.
Right. But we need to completely flip that script. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's an intrinsic part of the path to success. Each time you stumble, each error you make, you are collecting invaluable data.
Like the Thomas Edison analogy.
Perfect example. He tried thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously said something like, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. That's the mindset. Every failure is simply eliminating possibilities, getting you one step closer to your goal. That wrong word you use today teaches you the right word for tomorrow. The fear of failure loses its power when you consistently see it as feedback, not judgment.
That shifts it from an emotional reaction to an analytical one. Okay. And step 5, surround yourself with positivity. Our environment really does influence our mindset, doesn't it?
Hugely. If you're constantly hearing negative voices, whether it's your own inner critic or discouraging comments from others, it will drain your confidence. It's inevitable. So you have to actively cultivate a positive environment. Follow YouTube channels, listen to podcasts, join online communities that encourage language learners, and, just as importantly, actively distance yourself from people who mock or discourage your efforts. Protect your energy. Your environment is like soil. The right soil helps your English grow strong.
So wrapping up this segment on mindset, it really is the engine, isn't it?
It absolutely is. If it's running on doubt, you'll stall. But if it's fueled by belief, persistence, positivity, nothing can stop you. Remember, fluency isn't a destination you suddenly arrive at. It's a journey. And your mindset determines whether that journey feels like a struggle or an adventure.
Okay, actionable takeaway time. Tonight, grab your learner's log. Write down 3 negative thoughts you usually have about speaking English. Be honest. Then, rewrite each one into a positive, empowering belief. Like the example.
Hmm.
Negative. I'll never sound natural. Positive. Every day my English sounds more natural.
And then repeat these new beliefs aloud every morning for 1 week. Just try it for a week. And really notice how your confidence begins to subtly shift. This is the deliberate work of reprogramming your mind.
Okay, we've tackled understanding fear, reprogramming the mindset, but how do we actually build that tangible feeling of confidence? That
Oh,
feeling in your gut that says, yeah, I can do this.
that's the perfect question because mindset is crucial, but we need action to make it real. And the key here is surprisingly simple. It's not about grand gestures. It's about the incredible power of small wins.
Like the mountain climbing analogy you mentioned, focusing on the next step, not the peak.
Exactly. If you only stare at the massive peak, it feels impossible, overwhelming. But if you focus on just the next step, the next handhold, and you celebrate each small bit of progress, suddenly the impossible becomes possible. Fluency is the same. You don't need giant leaps. You need small, consistent wins. And each small win builds your confidence like bricks building a strong wall.
So confidence isn't something you're born with.
Not at all. It's something you actively, intentionally build. And the secret ingredient for building it is momentum. Every small victory, no matter how tiny it seems ordering coffee, understanding a song lyric adds weight to your belief that you can speak English. Over time, these stack up, and that belief becomes unshakable.
And the trap is ignoring those small wins, right? Thinking only big achievements count.
Precisely. Many learners dismiss the small stuff. Oh, that was just one sentence, or anyone could do that. But the truth, every word you speak is a victory. Every attempt is progress. And victories deserve recognition. Consciously acknowledging them fuels your progress.
Okay, so step one is about changing our definition. Redefine what counts as success. Stop waiting for the big milestones. Start celebrating the small steps, like asking for directions.
Absolutely, that's a win. Write it down. You ordered coffee without switching back to your native tongue. Huge win. Celebrate it. Understood a tricky sentence in a movie without subtitles. Win. Acknowledge that progress in your listening skills.
So each one, even if it feels small, adds up.
They create unstoppable momentum. Confidence grows when you notice and celebrate every step forward, no matter how minor it seems. It's about accumulating tangible evidence of your capability.
Okay, I like that. Step two sounds very practical. Use the one-sentence rule.
Yes, this is about lowering the pressure immediately. Don't aim for a 5-minute monologue right away. Just commit to one sentence. Someone asks, "How are you?" Answer in English. That's it. One sentence.
How does that help neurologically?
By keeping interactions brief and, crucially, successful, you send positive feedback to your brain. See, English is safe. One sentence today, another tomorrow. Gradually, your brain learns this association. It lowers the psychological barrier and makes speaking feel manageable, not terrifying.
Step three reinforces tracking. Create a victory journal, or maybe just a section in our learner's log.
Exactly. At the end of each day, write down at least one small English success. Doesn't matter how tiny. Did you understand a sign? Did you use a new word? Write it down.
And the benefit comes over time.
Over a month, you'll have this amazing collection of victories, tangible proof. This journal becomes your evidence that you are improving, especially when doubt tries to creep back in. It counters negative self-talk with facts.
Okay, step four. Practice in low-stakes environments. Build comfort first.
Essential. Build confidence where the perceived risk of judgment is minimal. Talk to yourself in English while cooking. Narrate your walk. Record voice memos on your phone just for you.
Practice privately before going public.
Exactly. The more you practice privately, the more natural it feels publicly. Low-stakes practice removes the social pressure and builds genuine comfort and fluency with the language itself. It's a crucial bridge.
Step five feels good. Reward yourself.
Yes, basic human psychology. We repeat behaviors that bring rewards. So actively reward your English efforts. A small piece of chocolate, a 5-minute break to watch something fun, or simply taking a moment to genuinely praise yourself. Well done, me.
And this trains the brain.
It trains your brain to associate English practice with positivity and pleasure, not stress or obligation. Simple but effective behavioral conditioning.
And finally, step 6 ties it all together. Stack wins like Lego blocks. Love this visual.
Isn't it great? Imagine every win, that thank you to the cashier, that message typed in English, that song lyric you understood as one Lego block. Alone, one block seems insignificant, but you stack them, one on top of the other, day after day.
And eventually you have something substantial.
You have a tower. Your confidence works the same way. Every small action stacks up. Slowly, steadily, you're building a powerful tower of fluency, one block at a time. It's the cumulative effect.
So confidence isn't this sudden arrival. It's like tending a garden. Little seeds, little actions.
Exactly. Each small seed you plant, each action you take nurtures it. One day you'll look back almost surprised and see how far you've climbed. Remember, the peak is reached not by giant leaps, but by celebrating every small step.
Okay, the actionable takeaway. For the next 7 days, commit to the one-sentence rule. Speak at least one sentence in English every day. Keep your learner's log, your victory journal section, and record each success.
And at the end of the week, read that list aloud to yourself. Feel the confidence growing. Feel the evidence piling up. Each sentence is a brick. You're building your fluency.
All right, we're building confidence with these small wins, stacking those Legos. But how do we keep it going? How do we make this sustainable day after day so it becomes, second nature?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the answer is surprisingly simple, yet profoundly effective. Daily practice. Consistency.
So it's not about locking yourself away for hours on a Saturday.
Not primarily, no. What if I told you that just 10 minutes a day, done consistently, could completely change your fluency trajectory?
Most people think they need hours, right? Long, intense study sessions.
That's the common misconception. But the truth is, real, lasting fluency isn't built in those long, exhausting, sporadic bursts. It's built in short, consistent, daily habits. The real secret to mastery, in almost any skill, isn't intensity, it's consistency. Unwavering consistency.
Like brushing your teeth. You don't do it for 3 hours once a week.
Exactly. Perfect analogy. You brush for 2 minutes, effectively every single day. Why? Because small daily actions keep your teeth healthy. The exact same principle applies to strengthening your English skills.
Or like watering a plant a little bit every day works. Drowning it once a month doesn't.
Precisely. And that highlights the problem with sporadic study. People cram, feel overwhelmed, then stop. They might memorize hundreds of words, but the brain's natural forgetting curve kicks in and they lose half of them. It's inefficient and demoralizing. Daily practice prevents this. It keeps the neural pathways active, reinforcing learning and building long-term retention.
Okay, so step 1 is the mantra. Make it daily, not perfect.
Absolutely. Let go of the pressure to practice perfectly. The goal is consistency. Showing up every day. Even 5 minutes of reading aloud, listening to a short podcast clip, speaking to yourself, it's infinitely better than 0 minutes.
It's not about the amount in one day, but the everyday part.
That's the core message. Repeated engagement, even in microdoses, builds linguistic muscle memory.
Okay, step 2. Build micro habits. These tiny actions that fit easily into the day.
Yes. Think really small, really achievable. Listen to one English song while brushing your teeth. Read one English news headline before bed. Send one WhatsApp message in English.
They seem almost too small sometimes.
They might feel that way initially, but like drops of water filling a jar, these micro habits accumulate over time to create massive results. Your consistency adds up. They leverage the brain's preference for routine and automation.
Step 3 helps with that routine. Combine practice with routine. Attach it to something you already do.
The easiest way to build a new habit while making coffee, describe the steps aloud in English during your commute, English podcasts instead of music, cooking dinner, name the ingredients in English.
So it becomes integrated, not just another thing on the to-do list.
Exactly. It feels natural, not forced, reduces cognitive load, increases the likelihood you'll actually do it.
Step 4 addresses a really common imbalance. Balance input and output.
Crucial for actual fluency. Input is listening and reading. Output is speaking and writing. Many learners focus heavily, sometimes only, on input.
Which leads to understanding a lot, but not being able to speak.
Bingo. That's what I call silent knowledge. You understand, but you can't produce the language fluidly. Daily practice must include both. For example, input. Watch a short YouTube clip in English. Output. Immediately summarize it in 1 or 2 sentences aloud, even just to yourself. This balance ensures what goes in can also come out effectively.
Okay. Step 5 taps into our psychology. Track your streak. We love seeing progress visually.
We really do. Use a simple calendar, a section in your learner's log, a habit tracking app. Every day you do your micro habit, mark it with a big X. After just a week, you see that chain forming. Your brain naturally wants to keep the streak alive. It's that don't break the chain effect, a powerful intrinsic motivator.
And finally, step 6 acknowledges reality. Don't break the chain, even on bad days.
Because there will be days you're tired, busy, unmotivated. It's normal. It happens to everyone. On those days, don't aim for your usual routine or perfection. Just do something, anything. Even 1 minute of review counts. Keep the chain alive.
The key is never hitting 0 for the day.
Precisely. Momentum isn't built by doing a lot once in a while. It's built by doing a little, always, consistently. This reinforces the habit even when motivation dips.
So wrapping this up, fluency isn't about one giant effort. It's the compound effect of small daily actions.
Think of each day as a brick. Alone, 1 brick isn't much. But brick by brick, day by day, you are building a strong, unshakable foundation of confidence and skill. Remember, it's not about practicing until you're exhausted. It's about practicing until it's automatic.
Actionable takeaway.
Yeah.
Today, choose just one micro habit you can start immediately. Reading 1 sentence before bed, listening to a 2-minute podcast clip, saying 1 phrase while cooking. Commit to it for 7 days straight. Track your streak.
At the end of the week, you will see clear proof that small, consistent steps create genuinely big results. This is how you build an unbreakable habit for long-term fluency.
Okay, mindset is shifting. We're celebrating small wins, practicing daily, things are moving. But then, bam, you step into the real world, a real conversation. And suddenly, English feels totally different. Brain freeze, tongue-tied, words gone. Sound familiar?
Oh, absolutely. It's probably the most common frustration point for learners. And it highlights exactly why just studying books or apps isn't enough for true fluency. Fluency doesn't live in textbooks. It lives in real, messy, unpredictable conversations with colleagues, friends, strangers.
People speak fast, use slang, interrupt.
Exactly. Real conversations are dynamic. That's why you need more than just vocabulary lists. You need practical strategies, tools you can pull out in the moment to stay calm, respond naturally, and keep the conversation flowing even when you feel uncertain. Think of it as your conversational toolkit.
Okay, let's open that toolkit. Step 1, use survival phrases.
Essential. You don't need to understand 100% or speak perfectly to keep talking. Having a few key phrases ready can be a lifesaver. Things like, sorry, could you repeat that? Or, what does word mean? Or, could you say that a bit more slowly, please?
Even just, let me think for a moment.
Absolutely. These phrases do 2 crucial things. They buy you vital cognitive processing time, and they project engagement and confidence, even if you're internally scrambling. Instead of panicking in silence, which often kills the interaction, you actively manage the conversation. It shows you're trying.
That's smart. Step 2, master the art of paraphrasing. What if you just don't know the word?
It happens to everyone, even native speakers. The skill here is using the words you do know to explain your meaning. Circumlocution. If you forget umbrella, you say, the thing you use when it rains. If you forget ambitious, maybe someone who really wants to succeed.
So you work around the gap.
Exactly. It's incredibly powerful. It keeps the conversation moving, shows resourcefulness, and lets you communicate effectively, even with a vocabulary that's still growing. It's about being adaptable.
Step 3 is a clever one for nervous speakers. Ask more, speak less.
It works wonders. People generally enjoy talking about themselves. If you're feeling anxious about generating perfect sentences, shift the focus. Be curious. Ask open-ended questions. How was your weekend? What do you enjoy doing after work? What did you think of that movie?
Takes the pressure off you and keeps the conversation going.
Precisely. Dual benefit. You participate actively, learn more about the other person, and feel less exposed linguistically. Smart strategy.
Okay, step 4 is about quick action. Use the 3-second rule.
Yes. When someone asks you a question, resist that urge to overthink and plan the perfect response. Mentally count 1, 2, 3, and then just start speaking, even if it's not perfect.
Why does that work?
Because hesitation breeds anxiety. The longer you wait, the more the fear builds, and the higher the chance of freezing completely. Starting quickly helps bypass that initial fear response and access the language you do know. Remember, fluency is about flow, not flawless grammar on the first try. Get the words out.
Okay, makes sense. Step 5 brings us back to preparation. Practice in safe spaces first.
Build up gradually. Before high-pressure situations, practice where the stakes feel low and supportive. Online language exchanges, local conversation clubs, just chatting with supportive friends who know you're learning.
Places where mistakes are expected, even welcome.
Exactly. These environments are designed for learners. The more comfortable you get in these safe spaces, the easier it becomes to transfer those skills to real-world interactions. It builds readiness.
Step 6 leverages modern tools. Use technology as your practice partner.
So many great resources now. Ask Siri or Alexa questions in English. Use language exchange apps to connect with people, maybe starting with text before voice. Record voice messages instead of typing.
Low pressure practice again.
Right. These tech interactions prepare you for real-life rhythm and response times without the immediate fear of judgment. Great for building confidence privately.
And finally, step 7 loops back to mindset. Celebrate every real interaction.
Yes. Every single time you use English in the real world, ordering food, greeting someone, asking for help, it is a victory. Don't dismiss it. Recognize it. Log it. See it as proof that you are living your fluency, not just studying it in isolation. These are the moments that count.
So real conversations might feel daunting, but they're the bridge.
They're the bridge between learning and living English. With survival phrases, genuine curiosity, and the courage to try, you can handle it. Remember, connection over perfection. People respond to your willingness to communicate. Each conversation isn't a test. It's training for the confident speaker you're becoming.
Actionable takeaway. This week, challenge yourself. Use English at least once in a real-life situation. Order food, ask directions, send a voice message. Afterward, write it in your learner's log. Reflect what went well, what could be better next time, step by step, turning practice into performance.
Okay, we're talking about real-life strategies, and real life inevitably means making mistakes. Let's be honest. When was the last time you made a mistake in English? How did it feel? A bit embarrassing, frustrating, maybe even ashamed? If you felt any of those things, please know you are absolutely not alone. It's a deeply ingrained human reaction, especially when we feel vulnerable. But here's the crucial truth we need to really internalize. Mistakes aren't the enemy. They aren't roadblocks. They're the very fuel that drives fluency.
How so? That seems counterintuitive.
Think about how you learned your first language as a child. Did you speak perfectly? Of course not. You made endless mistakes, wrong words, mixed up grammar, funny pronunciations. But did you quit? No, you kept talking, kept experimenting, and you became fluent. The exact same principle applies now. Mistakes aren't proof you're bad at English. They are undeniable proof that you are actively learning, stretching, growing.
But the fear of them makes so many people just stay silent.
Exactly. That's the real problem. The fear of mistakes leads to silence. And silence doesn't build fluency, speaking does. And speaking, by its very nature, always includes errors, especially when you're learning. So if you genuinely want to grow, you absolutely must change your fundamental relationship with mistakes.
Okay, how do we do that? Step 1. Redefine mistakes as lessons.
Instead of the internal monologue being, oh, what did I do wrong? I'm so stupid, consciously shift it to, okay, what valuable lesson did I just learn from that? If you use the wrong verb tense, great. Now you know which tense needs practice. Mispronounced a word, fantastic. Now you know which sound needs attention. Forgot a word, excellent. Add it to your vocabulary list. Each mistake is literally a free, personalized lesson from a very effective teacher experience.
Seeing it as data, not disaster. I like that. Step 2 sounds fun. Laugh at your errors.
Yes. Humor is such a powerful tool. It instantly dissolves fear and tension. We've all had those funny accidental translations, right?
Yeah.
The next time you say something unintentionally hilarious, try to laugh about it. Share the story with a friend.
Instead of cringing internally.
Exactly. Turn the mistake into a memorable, maybe even funny anecdote. You'll remember the correction better because of the emotional tag, and you'll feel lighter. Humor is a secret weapon against the paralysis of fear.
Step 3 involves our learner's log again. Track your mistake wins.
Similar to the victory journal, have a section for mistake learnings. Each time you make a mistake you recognize, write it down.
Don't stop there.
Crucially, don't stop there. Immediately write the correct version next to it. Over time, this becomes a powerful record of your specific growth areas. You'll see tangible proof that mistakes didn't stop you. They actively shaped you and made you better by highlighting exactly what needed work. It creates an explicit feedback loop for your brain.
That's very proactive. Step 4 helps normalize things. Learn from native speakers. Remember, they make mistakes too.
All the time. Watch interviews, listen to podcasts, observe real conversations. Native speakers misspell things, forget words mid-sentence, use awkward phrasing, stumble over grammar. It's normal. Once you truly realize mistakes are part of every language user's experience, you stop treating your own errors as catastrophic failures. You start treating them as normal blips in the communication process. That realization is incredibly liberating.
Takes the pressure off striving for impossible perfection.
Okay.
Step 5 is a specific practice technique. Practice fearless speaking sessions.
Yes, set aside maybe 5–10 minutes, specifically to speak English without any worry about mistakes. Just talk about your day, what you see around you, your favorite hobby, anything.
And the rule is no self-correction during the session.
No stopping to correct, no pausing to agonize over grammar. Just let the words flow. This activates your production skills without the constant self-monitoring and inhibition that often causes freezing. Later, if you want, you can review or record yourself and correct. But during the session, the goal is pure communication, freedom, flow, not perfection. This trains your brain to prioritize getting the message out.
And finally, step 6 sums it up. Remember the mistake to mastery formula.
It's a simple, undeniable truth, almost like an algorithm for learning. The more mistakes you make, the more feedback and corrections you naturally get, either from others or self-correction. The more corrections you get, the faster you improve, because you're constantly refining your internal understanding of the language.
So mistakes actually accelerate progress.
They speed it up. Counterintuitive, but true. Every error is a necessary step on the staircase to fluency.
So wrapping up this crucial segment, mistakes aren't scars. They're stepping stones.
Beautifully put. Each error, each stumble, each awkward phrasing is proof you're on the path, you're trying, you're growing. Without mistakes, fluency is impossible. With them, embraced and learned from, fluency becomes inevitable. So the next time you make one, genuinely smile and say, "Thank you, mistake. You just made me better.
Actionable takeaway. This week, challenge yourself to keep that mistake learning section in your learner's log. Every time you make an error, write it down along with the correct version. At the end of the week, read through it. Notice how much you've learned because of those mistakes. Start collecting them like valuable treasures. Each one proves your courage to speak.
We've covered so much today: confronting fear, shifting mindset, building confidence with small wins, daily practice, real life strategies, even embracing mistakes. Now, how do we weave all this together for the long game? How does this become a lifestyle, leading to truly natural fluency? That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? Moving from feeling nervous and hesitant to feeling natural and effortless. Let's try that visualization again. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself in that cafe, London, New York, Sydney, wherever. You order confidently, you chat easily with the barista, you're laughing with new friends, sharing your real thoughts without hesitation. Those nerves that used to grip you, gone. Speaking English feels as natural as breathing.
Sounds amazing. Is it really possible?
It absolutely is, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of all those small steps we've discussed, repeated daily, shaped by your mindset, habits, and courage. The good news: you already have the tools. You know how to face fear, reprogram mindset, celebrate wins, practice daily, use strategies, turn mistakes into growth. Now it's about weaving these into a long-term plan, a way of life that transforms you into that natural speaker.
Okay, so step one for the long game. Think long-term, act short-term.
Exactly. Your vision is fluency. That's the North Star. But your daily actions must focus on the very next step, not the distant destination. Big goals can feel overwhelming, paralyzing even. So break it down. Ask yourself every single day, what tiny thing can I do today that brings me just 1% closer to fluency? A short conversation, a journal entry, listening actively to a podcast segment, it all counts. Progress is built 1% at a time. Compound effort.
Step two sounds like a deep shift. Build English into your identity.
Yes. Stop thinking of English as just a subject you're studying, something external. Make it part of who you are. Say it to yourself. Affirm it. I am an English speaker in progress. This shift changes how you show up. Don't wait for some imaginary perfect level to claim English is yours. Own it now. You don't need perfection to belong. You are already a speaker because you speak. It's about self-acceptance now.
That's empowering. Step three, create your environment of growth. Make it immersive.
Fluency thrives in the right environment. Surround yourself with English as much as practically possible. Change your phone settings. Follow English-speaking creators online. Read news, watch movies, listen to music, all in English. The more English becomes a natural part of your daily sensory input, the faster it becomes integrated and automatic. Make it the default.
Step four reminds us not to get complacent. Keep expanding your comfort zone.
Fluency grows every time you gently push your limits. It needs that challenge. Maybe today you introduce yourself to one new person. Next week, join an online discussion. Next month, volunteer for a short presentation. Each step outside your comfort zone stretches your confidence. The key is gradual growth, always a little challenge, but never so much that it triggers that paralyzing fear again. Find that sweet spot.
Step five brings it back to the core purpose. Focus on connection, not perfection.
When you speak English, please remember this. People care far more about connecting with you, your ideas, your personality, than they do about your perfect grammar. Your smile, your energy, your willingness to communicate. These matter infinitely more than getting every article or verb tense right. If your driving goal is connection, fluency will follow naturally.
Step six helps with motivation. Make English part of your purpose.
Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why do I really want fluency? Career, travel, studies, friendships, connecting with family. Write that purpose down. Keep it visible. Revisit it often. When motivation inevitably dips, and it will, your purpose is the anchor that keeps you moving forward. It turns practice from a chore into a personal mission.
And finally, step seven. Celebrate the transformation. Look back.
Yes, take moments to genuinely reflect. Look back at who you were when you started this journey. Nervous, hesitant, maybe silent. Now look at who you are becoming braver, more confident, actively using English. That transformation is proof you're not just learning a language, you are becoming a stronger, more capable version of yourself. Honor that growth.
So wrapping up this final segment, fluency isn't a finish line. It's a lifestyle.
It's the courage to speak today, the habit to practice tomorrow, and the belief that you are growing every step of the way. From nervous to natural, your journey is unfolding right now. And one day, maybe without even noticing, you'll just look around and realize, wow, I'm living fluency.
Okay, the final actionable takeaway is a powerful one. Write a letter to your future self.
Yes, to the fluent, confident English speaker you are becoming. Describe what your life looks like, how you feel, what amazing opportunities have opened up because of your fluency. Keep this letter somewhere safe. On days when fear or doubt whispers in your ear, take it out and read it. Read it aloud. Remind yourself. Nervousness is temporary, but the fluency you're building is forever.
Okay, take a deep breath with us. Can you feel it? That little spark inside you. The one that kept you listening through this deep dive.
Yeah.
That's the same spark that will carry you all the way to fluency.
It really is. Learning English, as we've seen, is so much more than just mastering words or grammar. It's a profound journey of self-transformation. At the beginning, maybe fear was whispering, "You're not good enough. What if you make a mistake? What if they laugh?" But now, you know the truth, don't you?
Mistakes are steps. Fear is fuel. Courage is your companion.
Exactly. Every single time you dared to speak, even if your voice shook a little, you planted a seed of confidence. Every small practice session, every new word learned, every moment you pushed beyond comfort, that was water and sunlight for that seed. Slowly, steadily, you've been growing, and today you're standing taller, more capable than ever before.
So let's recap the absolute core truths to carry forward from today.
Yes, 5 key takeaways. 1, your fear is not the enemy. It's a sign you care, a signal you're about to grow. It's energy you can redirect. 2, confidence is built brick by brick, not just magically bestowed. Every word you speak adds a brick to your foundation.
3, fluency is not perfection, it's connection. Expressing your ideas, your heart, your story.
4, daily practice matters more than innate talent. Show up consistently, even for 5 minutes, and you will outgrow your doubts. And 5, your journey inspires others. By stepping out of fear, you light the way for every learner feeling that same anxiety. Your courage is contagious.
Remember that vision we painted? You in that cafe, speaking naturally, connecting, laughing? That's not some distant dream anymore.
Yeah.
It's a reality you're actively building one conversation at a time.
And fluency. It won't arrive with trumpets one day. It will sneak up on you quietly. You'll notice it the first time you get a joke without translating, or when you give your opinion without rehearsing it 50 times in your head, or when speaking just feels like living, not a test.
That's when you'll know you've gone from fear to fluency.
You are not the same learner who started this deep dive. You are stronger, braver, more capable than you believed. The road ahead might still have bumps, but you now have the map, the tools, and the courage to navigate it. Every time fear tries to resurface, remember this truth. You're not learning English just for the words. You're learning it for the incredible life those words unlock.
So from today, make that promise to yourself. Speak even when it's hard. Practice even when it's uncomfortable. Believe even when doubt knocks. Your journey is unique, but you are never alone. Millions are on this path. You're part of a global community of brave voices now.
So go ahead, use your English, write that message, start that conversation, share your unique story. The world is genuinely waiting to hear your voice.
Because your journey from fear to fluency, it isn't just about English, is it?
Not at all. It's about unlocking the most confident, the most capable, the most unstoppable version of you. Think about it. Speaking English isn't just gaining a skill, it's fundamentally expanding your perception of yourself and your place in our interconnected world. And that incredible journey truly begins with just one brave word.